welcome back in our science online class. Today we are going to learn about the some aquatic habitats. So what is meant by aquatic, students? So aquatic means living in water. So those animals and plants live in water are called aquatic. If you consider the plants, then aquatic plants. If you consider the animal, then aquatic animals. So we can make two definitions. Those plants live in water are called aquatic plants. Those animals live in water are called aquatic animals. Now these aquatic plants and aquatic animals have some special characteristics, and due to these characteristics they are easily survive in specific habitat, that is the aquatic habitats. So you can see there are two important aquatic habitats. One is the ocean habitats, which contains the salty water or marine water we can call, which contains the salt. Okay, so this is the one habitat, and second one habitat, that is the pond, lake and river. So these are the fresh water habitat. Fresh water habitat. Which one? Pond, lakes and rivers. Now see students, the ocean water contains a lot of salts, and so these salts are present in the form of dissolved. So all whatever the salts are there in the ocean water, all salts are present in the form of, all the salt are present in dissolved form. So ocean water is very salty water. If you have you taste the ocean water or sea water, if you just you taste the ocean water or sea water, so taste is salty. Okay, and this taste is because the salt dissolved in it. The ocean water is not fresh water habitat. So these just ponds, lakes and rivers, only these are having the fresh water habitats. So we will see now the some habitats. So in that first one we will see the now see students, ponds, lakes and rivers. Now ponds, lakes and rivers. Now in these habitats, so these are the fresh water habitats. Whatever the just a minute students. Okay. So first habitat we will see the ocean habitat. Now in this ocean habitat, so what type of animals are there? So ocean is what? A very large area of sea. Okay, a very large area of sea is called ocean. Second thing, the some of the adaptations animals living in the aquatic habitats like ocean are, first one, they have streamlined body. Okay, whatever the aquatic animals are there or ocean aquatic animals are there or ocean habitat animals are there, they have streamlined body shape, and that streamlined body shape help them to move in sea water easily. Okay, so whatever the aquatic animals are there, they have streamlined body shape to help them move in sea water easily. The next point, most of the animals, which animals? Sea animals. Most of the sea animals have gills which enable them to use oxygen dissolved in water for breathing. See, next point, those most of the sea animals have special organs, that is the gills, and these gills are helpful to absorb the dissolved oxygen. Okay. Next point, dolphins and whales. Dolphins and whales, these two animals breathe in air through nostrils and which are located on the upper part of their heads. So dolphin and whales, these two animals breathe through their nostrils. They always come out of the water and they breathe through their nostrils. They breathe through their nostrils, and these nostrils are present or located on the upper part of their heads. Okay, understood, students? Now next habitat, that is the freshwater habitat. Now in freshwater habitat, now first we will talk about the habitat. So pond, lakes and rivers are freshwater habitat. The plants which grow in water are called aquatic plants. Second thing, there are three types of aquatic plants. See, now ponds, lakes and rivers. We are talking about these freshwater habitats. So there are three kinds of freshwater habitats. Now what? There are three types of aquatic plants. First one, some aquatic plants float on the surface of water. Okay, some aquatic plants float on the surface of water, as you can see in this picture. Okay, this is the picture. Okay, so in this picture you can see a water lettuce or water hyacinth. These two plants float on the surface of water. Their roots grow just 1 or 2 centimeter because already they are present in water. So no need to grow roots more deep to absorb the water and minerals. They float easily on the surface of water. Next example, a partly submerged plant. Okay, some plants are partly submerged, means some parts under the water and some part above the water. So to them we call the partly submerged plant. As you can see here, the water lily is an example. So water lily is an example of partly submerged plant. So in these plants, the whatever the stems are there, that stems are under the water and the roots are in the soil below the water, and whatever the leaves, flowers are there, that leaves and flowers are above the water surface which float easily. Okay. Next group, that is the submerged plant. A submerged plant means the plant completely under the water, and these plants you can see as you can see here. This is the one example of hydrilla plant. So in these plants you can see these plants are fixed in the soil under the water. An example is hydrilla. Now all these points we can write down. Okay, see here, these are the points. One more time I will repeat. Okay, see here, first point, some aquatic plants float on the surface of water. Example, water hyacinth and water lettuce. Okay. Then second, some aquatic plants are partly submerged in water. Example, water lily and lotus. The next one, some aquatic plants are completely submerged in water. Example, hydrilla and vallisneria. Okay, so these are the examples of plants. Those are present in fresh water habitats. Now we will talk about now next thing, that is the adaptations in aquatic plants. So what are the adaptations are there in aquatic plants? So already these are the general adaptations. Okay, general means those plants are in water. Okay, so how these plants are able to survive in aquatic habitats. So these are the general points for all the plant. So first point, the aquatic plants are very small root system because already they are in water. So no need to absorb. Actually, no need to grow more root under the ground because water is available around the root system. Okay, then that is why the root system is very small, whose function is only to hold the plant at one place or place. Second, the stems of aquatic plants are soft, hollow and light, having the large space. So these stems, whatever the stems are there of aquatic plants, they are soft and hollow, and that is why they float easily on the surface, or easily they can bend and erect also easily. The submerged aquatic plants have narrow and thin ribbon-like leaves. Whatever the submerged plants are there, okay, like here submerged plant like hydrilla. Okay, so aquatic plants are there, hydrilla or water lily. These plants have narrow ribbon-like leaves and which can be made in the flowing water of rivers, which can be bend easily and which can be stand easily. Okay, due to this nature, the leaves are ribbon-like. Now today's homework, students. Now first question: what is meant by an aquatic habitat? Write two examples of aquatic habitat. Second, how are the aquatic plants adapted to their water environment? Third, name two aquatic plants which float on the surface of water. Fourth, name two aquatic plants which are partly submerged in water. Fifth one, name one aquatic plant which is completely submerged in water. I hope you understood today's part. Next part will continue in our next video.